Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing today? Oh, let me do this. Let's see, I got to move this up here. Invite. Streamer mode on. Boom. And then paste Discord link and then pin comment. Da-na-na-na. Dan Lopez, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. How's it going, man? If you're interested in watching the Saudi Arabian qualifying, just join my Discord. It should be in the description of any of my YouTube videos. And you're more than welcome to join the watch party. Same with you, TikTok. What's up, everybody? We're watching Saudi Arabia F1 Saudi Arabian qualifying today. You wanna? Yeah, just join. Just go to my YouTube channel, and then you'll find my Discord. Just click the Discord link. Actually, I could probably just post it in chat here. Oh, I posted it in. Is this for WrestleMania? No. We're watching F1 here. Formula 1 in Saudi Arabia. It's qualifying. Ethan, what's up, dude? Welcome to stream. Qualifying just started. Why is the quality so low? Love your videos. Thank you, Demon. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to get a solid. I'll be able to get a solid stream schedule once I start doing more consistent times. But thank you. I appreciate it. I just posted another video today, like a few hours ago. Well, not a few. It'd be like 6 hours ago. But thanks for the support, man. I appreciate you. Do something stupid? What do you consider something stupid? Want to play Roblox? Nah, I'm okay, man. I'm not really in Roblox. I play with my little cousins, but that's it. Alright, chat, here we go. Who's gonna get knocked out today? I really hope Yuki gets to Q3. That's all I want. But why? I'm just not really into Roblox, man. Aston, thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Chat, once again, if you're interested in watching the F1 Saudi Arabian qualifying, I'll be streaming today and tomorrow for the Saudi Arabian GP. If you're interested, all you gotta do is join the Discord and join the Watch Party channel. I'm streaming it there live for free. Don't gotta do nothing but stay in the stream and join the Discord. Pickle Tomato, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. You predicted Hamilton out of Q2. Happy you're streaming qualifying? Yeah, same. Luckily, I had today Saturdays are my day off, so. You have a PS5? Well, whatever you're watching on right now, you can just like picture in picture this stream. Like you can put up my YouTube stream or my Twitch stream or whatever on your phone. Up to you. You can also like put my stream on your PS5 or something. Just join the Discord. Up to you. So is Ocon on a lap right now? Looks like it. Wow, they take that in 4th gear. Was it really that quick? Oh my god, purple 3rd sector from Esteban Ocon. Oi, McLaren friendly fire. Dude, this new gyro cam is so sick. I like the new FOV. McLaren are insane. We gotta see which one is more insane. They're like a point apart, right? Norris is still leading the championship by 1 point or something like that. Norris up by like 5/10, really. Albon in the 28s. You know, Gasly has been looking really strong this weekend. I hope Gasly does well. A 28-0. Holy shit, he's 8/10 up on P2. It's only Q1, but still. I still remember Max's lap in 2021 was like the lap that never was. Oof. Lewis at the 28.9 is not good. Arabian Night. What's up, Kevin? Kevin, you see my text, by the way? Oh, that was Mantis, no? That was the actress for Mantis. In Marvel and MCU. Would have been 3 or 5/10 quicker. I don't know about 5/10. Half a second? I don't know if it was half a second faster. I think it was like 3/10. Let's not forget that Mercedes were still really strong around here. It was only purple first and second sector then because it would have been a special lap for sure, but I guess we'll never know. Look at the scraping. Look at the sparks there. Running that car so low. Holy shit. Red Bull better not scrape the bottom of their car too much. At least McLaren beat McLaren rather than 23 was Max versus nobody. Tsunoda with the purple second. I was kidding. What does Tsunoda put in here? This will be a big precedent for this weekend if Tsunoda can put in a good lap. How far is he off of the lead? Ooh, bit of a understeer there. Okay, 2.5 tenths. That's not bad. Oh, Piastri by 7 thousandths. Larry, what's up, dude? Welcome to stream. When Yuki crashed, I was so sad for him. He got me hyped, bro. Dude, I hope Yuki does well this weekend. We need Yuki to have only a couple tenths off Max this weekend. I'm pretty confident Yuki will be able to do well this weekend. For Yuki, it's just a confidence game. The more he drives that car, the more confident he'll be. Why is there a bag on the straight? Yeah, why is there a bag on the straight? What the foot? Damn, look how high Mercedes are running their car. Do you see how high it is? Like how high that ride height is, and compared to like the Red Bull is like FIBA Motorsport. Is that W Series? She's W Series, I assume. Is Anjo asleep? No, she's not. She's just walking around, so she doesn't want to be seen on stream. They let it out on the straight. It's crazy that McLaren are so fast as a customer team. Lewis definitely hates Saudi. Lewis is like, if there ain't no rights, I ain't turning left. Walking around, yeah, because she's like getting ready and stuff. As a Lewis fan, this hurts me. Yeah, Lewis has always sucked around Saudi. I remember in 2022, everyone was like, Lewis is washed. Remember when Haas was the worst car on the grid? Throttle shape 4. Throttle shape 4. Brake bias 57%. Oi. Where's Barry? Is he making it to Q2? Ooh, that looks pretty solid. That was pretty solid from him. Spain, Hungary, or Silverstone? Why is Lando doing another lap? Oh, he wants to beat Piastri? Oh, Lando putting a statement lap down. 127.8. The first one to the 27s. Oi, Hajar. Struggling. That was a little I don't know if that was... Lewis 19th. Well, 18th now. He's got personal best right now. Kevin, what are you doing? Anime Boy, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. 10th? Damn, you're fat. You're ahead of me here. Where's my mouse at? Mouse. There we go. Your goat could go out. He could. Let's see who's in the pits right now. Who could get him? Gasly has yet to put in a decent lap. I think Gasly, Behrman, Hajar, Sainz could all get Hamilton. There's going to be one more lap. I think Tsunoda is going to have to go out, I think. Depends how track evolution is around here. If the track evolution is really high, then he'll need to go out. I see Sainz, Hajar, Behrman, Gasly getting Hamilton. I can see that. A 10.5 down on Norris. So then where are they losing like 8/10 of time? Or let's say like 5/10. Are these high speed? Oh, he topped into the corner or tapped into the wall. Three tenths down on Norris in that sector, so he's already down almost 5/10. So where is he trying to improve to? Up to like Tsunoda? Ooh. In front of Russell. That's a statement from Williams. They left a tire blanket on. Oh, and a cable was still attached. They got caught? Huh. Let's go, Gasly. Lose it at 28.6. Yeah, that's not very fast. That's almost a second off P1. So Hamilton might go out here in Q1. I want Gasly to get out of Q3 or Q1 at the very least. As a Lewis fan, Ferrari should have kept Sainz. Well, I mean, honestly, it looks like Ferrari are just a dead end. Like, the point... Like, you're not going... Honestly, let's be real here. You're not going to Ferrari to win. I'm sorry, but anybody who goes to Ferrari is not going to win. They're going for the prestige of racing for Ferrari. Lewis wants to win an 8th world title, but... I don't know if Ferrari are going to do it. I don't know if they're capable of doing it anymore. I think it was better off that Sainz left. Because Williams are on an upward trajectory. And Ferrari are like middling out. Yeah, I don't know why they did a new concept going into 2025. They should, like you said, they should have just done what Alpine did. Use the 2024 chassis. Oi. Alonso's gonna get the toe. Alonso in 8th. Nice. Hadjar into 10th. Is Lawson gonna out qualify Hadjar today? You were right with Hadjar and Lewis. You never know. Lewis still has one more lap. He's on an out lap right now. I wonder how many tires he's used. Ooh, Lawson ahead of Hadjar by 1/100th. Come on, Gasly, get out of Q1. Ooh, Gasly. That was all the track. Nice. P9. Behrman P10. The Williams are looking strong. Mirko Springer, what's up? Welcome to stream. Oh, there's more to be desired from that corner. Where's Hamilton at? Ooh, P9. Did he get out? Is he good? Leclerc and P13. Didn't even see Antonelli fourth yet. Mercedes and Williams are looking strong. Way. Oh, he had anti-stall. I think he just didn't brake early enough. With the toe, you have so much more speed. Damn, he knows it. Who's this? Stroll? You took Lewis out of your fantasy? Lance Stroll is the most eliminated driver in Q1 history. What the hell? Sue him for defamation. That'd be fucked. If I heard that in my fucking stream, I'd be furious. Why? Yeah, why did she tell him that? I would not want to hear that over my radio. Like, oh, didn't make it a Q1. That's like rubbing it in my face almost. The only record Stroll will get. True. The 2007 GOAT. Feel bad for doing? Why do we feel bad for doing? You think there would be... Oh. I can't believe he made it out of Q1. He tapping that wall. Crazy. Doing got impeded? By who? Wait, who did he get impeded by? The Aston Martin? Oh, Haas? What's up, Envy? Welcome to the stream. Oh, I didn't see him get blocked by the Haas. I only saw the Aston Martin at the end of his lap. What is this, a Google Chrome ad? Holy shit. I got Chrome shoved in my fucking face. Max with the fastest Sector 3. What am I looking at here? The little nose hole? Sometimes, like, I'm pretty sure the cameraman just, like, don't know what to film, so they just film whatever the fuck of the F1 car, and it looks cool. Chad, is this a hot take that this generation of cars is the most beautiful looking F1 cars? Is that a hot take? I think these cars look really good. Like, I would say they even look better than, like, what do people usually consider the most beautiful cars? Like the MP4 4x4 or something like that? The McLaren, the old McLarens. Maybe the old Williams. Like the Senna Williams. Maybe the F1 2004. I'd say this generation of car looks the best, I would say. Just like in shape. Just in general shape. Obviously, they all look different. But these cars look really cool. Like, really good. Like, I think I look at these cars and I'm like, okay, it's F1 car. For you, it's 2016. I'm doing good, Envy. The only thing that I don't like about the 2014 to 2021 iteration of cars is that the barge boards make the cars look too complicated. Like, the barge boards is right in front of the side pods and they directed air. I didn't like that. I like how clean these cars look. Like, there's no barge boards. There's not, like, a lot of complicated elements on the side and on the front. Like, it's very clean. It's very, like, clear cut. And, like, the little things are, like, details. Like, for example, the wing mirror louvers that the Ferrari has. I think Williams have it too. Oh, they don't. It's just Ferrari. You like the 2020 car? Again, they have the barge boards. I hate that. I don't like barge boards. I don't like the way they look. Is he look hiding from the camera? What the hell? The 2020 Mercedes is obviously the fastest car in the world. So I don't think anybody's arguing that it's like fast, but I think off of pure looks, like the livery for the 2020 was cool. Like the black was the freshest and it looked cool. But I think the shape of the car, just like the barge boards, just made those cars look so ugly. You don't have access for Singapore? Okay, Kevin, about that stuff, DM me privately so that... But yeah, I'll try and figure it out. Bottom 5 for Q2. I'm going to say both RBs. I'm going to say Behrman, Alonso. I'm going to say Sainz. That's my 5. Both RBs. Alonso, Behrman, Sainz. Hamilton, Hadjar, Behrman, Lawson, Alonso. So both RBs, Alonso, Hamilton, Hadjar. You think Sainz will make it to Q3? But yeah, I still stand pretty firm that these cars are probably the most beautiful cars that F1 has created. Like, look how good those cars look. Like, I think every angle of this car is pretty. Like look, the back left, 45-degree angle. The rear even looks good. Is Kimmy doing the Lewis thing? It looked like Kimmy was doing the Lewis thing where he holds the back of the wheel. Yeah, I think Carlos won't, but I think Albon will make it a Q3 for sure. The Mercedes and Ferrari livery under the lights are so sexy. Yeah, you're right. I high-key think the Williams livery is so slept on. This Williams livery looks so sick. I love the Duracell battery thing at the airbox. It's so slept on. Hot take? Really? The Williams livery looks sick. I like that it goes from like the dark blue to the light blue and then it has a Duracell battery on top. Like, that's so cool. And the color of blue, maybe the shade of blue is like kind of almost royal blue. I'm on 28.5. That's 0.6 off of the Q2 pole. Alright, Piastri, are you going to get into the 27s like Norris did? Everyone is saying Piastri is the new McLaren boy. Let's see what he does in qualifying. Wait, so that's Verstappen is a 10th faster than Piastri? Is that what that's saying? You think you see 26.9s by the McLarens? So you're saying they'll gain a second in this next couple sessions? Because Q1 pole was a 27.9. So you think we're gonna gain a full second throughout this series or throughout this qualifying session? I don't think I've seen that big of a gap between Q1 and Q3 before ever. Gasly 28.4. That's a strong lap. Verstappen fastest sector 1. Verstappen is really showing how hard he's carrying Red Bull right now. Let's see, what does Piastri get? 27.6. No, 27.6. Okay, maybe you're right, Motorsport. Alright, Pickle Tomato, you might be right. What does Verstappen put in here? Russell, not bad. What's he gonna get? 27. Woo, 27.5. My goat, Verstappen. Man, the Ferraris are struggling. It's been, what, 2 or 3 years since the Ferraris have been consistently outqualified by Mercedes? What's Norris going to put in? Norris is not looking like he's getting much pace out of this McLaren in qualifying. In this session, at least. He was in Q1, but Q2 doesn't look like he's... He might be on used tires, though. Wow! With no purple sectors, he managed to get a provisional pole in Q2. He didn't get any purple sectors, and he got a provisional pole. That's kind of crazy. Both on new tires? Where do you see that? Is there a graphic or something that you see? Commentary? Who said that? Which stream are you listening to? I'm listening to F1 TV, not Sky Sports. I've been liking Alex Jacques a lot more than Crofty lately. He said on the radio that Dracar is undrivable. Ferraris are struggling. Oh, so Norris's little advantage is from that slipstream? 2/10 on Piastri there. Oh, both McLarens and Red Bull are new tires. Ah, I see. Alex alone makes me hype for lap 1. Yeah, true. I don't know. I think it's just because like Crofty has had his time, but I think to have an option, like sometimes I do like listening to Crofty. But I think Alex Jacques, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I see him on more podcasts and stuff, and I've just gotten used to his character. Like I've seen Alex Jacques on like P1 podcasts and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, he did. Dude, Red Bull run their car so low. Look how low the Red Bull is. I wouldn't be surprised if they had skid plank like damage at the like excessive wear at the end of this race, because all the ride heights can't be changed in Parc Ferme. Mercedes are running theirs super high. Same with Ferrari. I don't know. I haven't seen how high McLaren are, but Red Bull are running their car super low. Which means they're going to have to run their car a lot stiffer. Which means Max has a lot of confidence in that car. He's mighty here like Japan. But the problem is, like, we don't know what the track dependency is. It's not temperature. Like, Japan and Saudi, I think, have similar tarmac. Because I think they were saying that Bahrain was a lot tougher, like is a lot more rough. So maybe smooth tracks is where they're like. Could be smooth tracks. McLaren's v Max. Let's not count out the Mercedes guys. Mercedes are kind of a dark horse here. What were the FP2 results? That'll tell us what the race pace was. Let's see, FP2 results. FP2. The Ferrari were decent in FP2. Sainz was decent in FP2. So, I guess we'll never know. Oops. Gasly out. Okay, so the two RBs and Aston Martin, Behrman. So in order for my prediction to be correct, Sainz has to be out, and I'll be 5 for 5 of Q2. Were Mercedes unused? I have no idea. They should do like a little sub U if it's used at the end of like S. So it'd be like S with a little U at the bottom of it, just to signal if it's used or not. Or do like a different shade of red for used or something. It looks like Aston Martin are unused. Oh, Red Bull. Is that Yuki? Yuki's on new softs. Those are new. You can see the difference. Yuki's on the shiny one, and then Max is on the used one. So right now Max is on used, and then Yuki's on new because Yuki is at risk of getting out in Q2. Yep, scrub set. Gray color for use. They should just do that for every tire, yeah. Like if it's a scrubbed set. They should do that in the race too, because a lot of people use like, what a lot of people do is they use their race mediums in qualifying for a little bit to scrub some of the rubber off so it warms up faster. When is Spain? Spain is when they do the Flexi Wing tests, right? Do Mercedes benefit a lot from Flexi Wing? No? Is it really only McLaren? Yeah, I know it's Spain, but like... Because is it really just supposed to nerf McLaren? I thought McLaren don't really have a Flexi Wing anymore. The cars are running too fast. I can't see. Under load... It looks like the Mercedes is running pretty low. At least under load. Oh no, you can see how high Mercedes are running their car when they go around. Oh, you can see it compress into the ground now. Yeah, Mercedes are running their car pretty high. Oh, 28-0. Hamilton and Tsunoda are on the bubble. I'm pretty confident Tsunoda can put in a decent lap here. Bearman now, that's part of my prediction. The only iffy one is if Hajar. Oh, he's out. Okay. I need Gasly to get out, but that means I need 5 people to get faster than Sainz. Lawson's out. Hamilton could be out. Oh, okay, that's Leclerc. That's Leclerc. Up into P6. Hamilton P8, but he's slower than Sainz. The replacement. A yellow sector 1 for Tsunoda. Alonso out. Yes! Yuki into Q3. Let's fucking go, Yuki. Damn, so I just switched Albon and Sainz. Knocked out by 7 thousandths. So I was 4 for 5. I just swapped Albon and Sainz. I doubted Sainz. Hamilton only in by 7 milliseconds. By the skin of his goddamn teeth. Not as much as McLaren. Is the McLaren Flexi Wing the front or the rear one? Really think Lewis regrets leaving? On a performance aspect, maybe, but I'm pretty sure Lewis is going to retire like next year or the year after. I don't think Lewis is fighting for an 8th world title. 7 is enough. I think it's almost time for him to exit. I feel like him and Alonso now are kind of keeping a seat from somebody. The problem that I have with Lewis staying at Ferrari is that it's, in theory, right? It's cool. Like, in theory, like, it's so cool to see Lewis in a red, scarlet red or whatever. And, like, Lewis has a lot of experience. But we've seen from Vettel. I mean, we're kind of seeing it from Lewis Hamilton now. Kimi Räikkönen even. Back in, like, 2017-ish era. That Ferrari does not know how to win a championship. So, with that in mind, Ferrari should put more younger drivers, like somebody in their driver academy or in another person's driver academy that you like, to kind of develop the future of F1 talent. Ferrari are learning this car. We've had 5 years of learning this car. 2022, 3, 4, and 5. 4 years of learning this car, and they have yet their strongest championship fight was when everyone didn't know what they were doing in 2022. 2022? Yeah, 2022 when they were fighting Red Bull. When they had a 50-60 point lead on Red Bull. Do we not remember that? The Red Bull double DNF at the start of Bahrain. I think they were up like 50 points. I think Leclerc was up like 40 or 50 points in the Drivers' Championship. And they threw the lead away. Ferrari's too like stubborn. Seeing the grid with no Hamilton on it will feel weird as fuck. Yeah, definitely. I could see Hamilton leaving in the like next 1 or 2 years for Ferrari. This sounds like Ferrari does not want to change for anybody. Like, we've seen McLaren clearly know how to change by they're being a little bit stricter with team orders and stuff. Don't stay for another 2 years or so. I think what Aston Martin are going to do is they're going to wait for Alonso here. When does Alonso contract end? End of 2026. So through the 2026 season. So Alonso's contract ends at the end of 2026. If I was Aston Martin, what I would do is you don't extend Alonso. You throw everything you got for Max Verstappen. Max clearly is unhappy at Red Bull right now. I would throw $50 million of Lawrence Stroll's money at Max Verstappen. I'm sorry, whether that's taken away from your $300 million cost cap, $250 million cost cap, whatever it is now. You throw every single fucking cent you have left over at Max Verstappen. This is the time to capitalize on it. They just extended George, so he's not going to Mercedes. He's not going to go to Ferrari because Hamilton and Leclerc are set for another couple of years still. He's not going to stay at Red Bull. The only other option, and Max loves Adrian Newey developed cars. So if Max leaves, he can't go to McLaren because obviously Oscar and Norris are in top shape right now. So the only other possible thing would be Aston Martin with Adrian Newey, who's working on the 2026 car. So That's what I would do. I would buy Alonso out of his contract, give Max a new contract, or you just swap them. You put Alonso in the Red Bull and you put Max in the Aston Martin. I think that would be interesting. How many seasons is Kimi getting? I have no idea. I think it's like 2 or 3. I think he signed up for 2 in his contract. Yeah, so he gets this year and next year. But if I was Aston Martin, if I was running Aston Martin, that's exactly what I would do. I would throw every cent, every possible angle I have of leverage at Verstappen. This is the time to capitalize on it. Verstappen and Helmut Marko are obviously not getting along. Same with Christian Horner and Helmut Marko. There's so much drama with Red Bull, and Max hates that. Max despises any sort of little drama and stuff like that. And the only drama that Aston Martin really is in is Lance Stroll. Because he sucks. But if you put Max in and they do well... Why was it zoomed in on a McLaren worker shoe? I think the TV direction doesn't know what they're doing still. There's 2 like little switches. There's 4 little switches on the back of the wheel. What do they do? I wonder. One is DRS for sure. What is the other one? Like overtake maybe? If you don't drop him, I'm gonna leave. Well, I don't think if Max gets a seat at Aston Martin, I don't think he's never asked anybody to leave. Max does not care about the constructors. He only cares about the drivers' championship. I think every driver does not care about the constructors. Like, nobody is calling Norris and Piastri world champions because they won with McLaren in the constructors. No one's calling Hamilton a 7-time world champion because he won the constructors for Mercedes. It's because of the drivers' championship. With that in mind, like, do they win World Constructors Championship? If they have a car like McLaren, I think it's definitely possible. Or even like a Red Bull or like a Mercedes level speed. And also, I've been hearing a lot of shitty things about 2026, though. Next year, I think it might be pushed back to 2027. The regulations. I think they're gonna do a regulations delay. Yamil, thank you for the likes on TikTok. Appreciate you, man. Why? Because the engines aren't strong enough. On the Monza straight, coming out of Parabolica, it's running out of electrical energy too quickly because they got rid of the MGU-H. But getting rid of the MGU-H is what each engine manufacturer wanted in order to go into the regs. Because the MGU-K is kinetic energy, which is like braking, turning, lifting and coasting. That's how it regenerates. But in these cars engines, they have the MGU-H, which recuperates engine temperature, engine heat, in order to convert that heat into electrical energy, which is why they still have energy on the straights as they're driving. But they got rid of that for the 2026 regulations, and a lot of the cars are running out of electrical energy on a straight because, like, for example, if you're using overtake or if you're in qualifying, you want to use as much of the engine as possible. So I think they may do a regulation delay to like 2027 because that's what they did for the 2022 regulations. It's supposed to be originally 2021, but then they pushed it back to 2022. Are Mercedes gonna be a rocket ship in the new regs? Nah. What? Norris, you are not doing it. Oh. Wow. What happened? Was there somebody in the way? Lando, come on, buddy. Well, he's gonna tap a wall, right? Oh, he dipped it too much into the inside. The car got swung around. I want Lando to win, but this is just making it so hard to root for him, man. What I will say is you want this shit. What I will say is that you want shit like this to happen in the beginning of the season. In a championship fight, you want this shit to happen in the beginning of the season. But it just makes it so hard to root for Norris. Everybody's gonna be hating on him now. That's so common to happen at that corner? Really? Who else has that happened to? I feel like it's turned like 21. The fast left-hander. Rarely do we ever see anybody crash at that corner. Norris, come on, man. You're supposed to be the McLaren number 1. Think he'll bounce back in the race? Okay. The problem I have with that argument, is if we look back to like 2017 and 2018 Sebastian Vettel, right? That was prime Vettel Ferrari. And up until like 2018, like Hockenheim, or 2017, when was the championship lost in 2017? Because they won it early, right? Mercedes won it early. I'm trying to remember. Malaysia, he won. Russia. I don't remember. But very rarely did Sebastian Vettel make any mistakes in 2017-18 when he was fighting for a championship. I remember those are some stressful ass years for Lewis Hamilton. Like 2018 Hockenheim, I think, was the first mistake that Sebastian Vettel made in that year. And that was already 2/3 of the way into 2018. And that was one of the toughest fights that Lewis Hamilton had while he was at Mercedes, outside of Nico Rosberg teammate infighting. So, how often are we gonna give Norris the excuse to keep making mistakes? Because so far it's what, 2 weekends in a row where he's making mistakes. He's locking up, not aggressive enough. Now he's out in qualifying. If he does this like 5-6 more times, are we still going to come to his defense? McLaren clearly have the fastest car. And don't get me wrong, I want Norris to win. I am rooting for Norris. But it's so hard to root for him and want to root for him if he's doing dumb shit like this. Like, he should easily be on fight for a pole. Right, but like, you can say that for a person, right? But this is competitive sports. You don't get nothing for participating. This ain't no JUCO little junior league baseball type shit. This is cutthroat shit. This is your job. This is like you not showing up for work. This is like you fucking up orders at a restaurant. This is like you missing the angle at a wedding. Like, you miss the kiss at a wedding, they're firing you. They're not paying you the money. That's the equivalent of what Lando Norris is doing right now. Lando Norris is fucking up the world championship for himself and for McLaren. Ryu Haida is a sim racer? Yeah, but I'm also not the best. This is supposed to be the best. These are the best of the best. Like, I'm not doing, like, I race in, I casual, like, the scales are much different. Like, at my job, at a wedding, I don't miss a thing. Like, when it comes to, like, my professional career, like, I'm not a professional sim racer. I'm a professional photographer. If I miss the kiss at a wedding, you bet your ass the couple is gonna fucking yell at my ass for missing the crux of what the wedding was. Like, that's my professional, and that's on me. That's the equivalent of Lando Norris crashing out in qualifying. That's the equivalent. He's not performing. If you go to a restaurant and they aren't serving you, they are, quote unquote, they're getting paid to wait you, to serve you. It's the equivalent of that. If you aren't giving a family their dinner, you are failing as a waiting professional, and that is the equivalent of what Lando Norris is doing right now. Your GOAT has made errors many times. You're right, but my GOAT is a 4-time world champion. Lando Norris has yet to win one, and we're trying to root for Norris. But at the same time, he's making these mistakes. Oscar Piastri isn't making these mistakes. I'd like Piastri, not as much as I like Norris, but I like Piastri. And I wouldn't mind if he won. It would be great if he won this year, by all means. But I have followed Norris since 2019. I would argue 2018, I watched him in F2. In 2019, when he first came into F1, I had so many high hopes for him. Him, Albon, and Russell were my favorite 3 trio coming into F1. And those are like some of the only prospects I watched from like F2 go into F1, and then COVID, obviously I watched streams and stuff and content from them, which made me like them even more. But this is the time where I want Norris to like perform, be the Max Verstappen, especially because like in the past, I think so many people have agreed that like you should be performing, like for example, Valtteri Bottas. Everybody was clowning Bottas when like Lewis Hamilton was dominating him in a teammate partnership head-to-head, right? And everybody's clowning Bottas. It's like, you clearly have the fastest car. You should be able to fight Hamilton for a World Driver Championship in 2020 and 2021. So, all I'm saying is that how many times in 2022, okay, let's say 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, that Max has made mistakes like this. The only one I can think of is Saudi Arabia 2021. That's the only qualifying mistake I can remember from Max Verstappen. I don't remember him crashing out ever in anything else. Any other qualifying session. I don't remember Lewis Hamilton doing that. If we're going to go with one-off championship winners, I don't remember Nico Rosberg doing that. I don't remember Jenson Button doing that. Like, these world champions in their championship winning years made little to no mistakes, let alone in qualifying. Like in the race is like a lot different, because in the race, when it happens, in the race, there's a lot more time. But when you crash out in a fucking qualifying session, like, you're done. You know, you're stuck with where you're at. Lando's gonna start P10. And from what we've seen this year, like in Japan and Bahrain, Norris is not great at overtaking. Bring down drivers? I'm sorry, but that is some pussy shit. Disappointment is disappointment. I am disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed that Norris is out. Norris should be well ahead in this championship. He is a driver more than capable of that. I'm sorry, I'm going to criticize him. I would criticize anybody if I ran into somebody. If I took out 3 or 4 drivers in iRacing in the Sebring 12 hour, you bet your ass I'm going to get criticized. Obviously, the scales are a little bit different. But, like, we can't say, oh, they're doing something like that we can't. You know what I mean? These are the 20 best drivers in the world. In the world. These are the 20. Out of 9, 10 billion people in the world, 20 people are selected to drive these cars. These are the best of 10 billion people. Coming in 2026, it'll be 22 of 10 billion. There are 20 seats in the world. I would understand. I would be more sympathetic if it was like Bortoleto, or if it was Hulkenberg, or if it was Doohan, or no, not Hadjar. Hadjar doesn't really have an explanation anymore because he's been pretty solid in the RB. Who else would I give a little bit more leniency to? Honestly, Yuki Tsunoda, I would give a lot of leniency to if he crashed out. Even in FP2, I was like, I would defend him because he's still getting used to that Red Bull. The circumstances in which Yuki is racing is like he's learning the car and learning about Red Bull as he's driving for Red Bull. So I feel like we can give Yuki a little bit of leniency. But Oscar, I would criticize him just as much if the roles was reversed. Lando, same thing. Max, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, Max, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you crashing out? You're a 4-time world champion. And then I guess the other person I would give a little bit of leniency to would be Carlos Sainz. He's had a rough year. Let's go, Max. If Norris is out, I'm rooting for Max. I wonder why they don't hug that curb on the inside. Is it just to straighten out the car? Oh, he's 3 tenths down. Was that in a sector or is that in a lap? Oh, that was almost 2021. Oh, 1,000th of a second off Piastri. Wow. 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 Are you not entertained? Holy shit. Max is making up the difference between the Red Bull and the McLaren. This is purely driver. An Oni in his club. A samurai in his sword. Luffy and Ace. Naruto and Sasuke. The Eldrick brothers. And then Max Verstappen and Red Bull. You bet your goddamn ass I'm glazing. Holy shit. And there's more time to find, apparently, he says. So is he doing another lap now? Or is he going in? Oh, he's going in. Is he going to rush out to do another lap, a new set? There's 3 minutes left. They got to do a quick pit stop. Oh, yeah, they're just going to do a normal pit stop. Oh, fresh sauce. Oh, so he was doing that on like 5 or 6 laps of fuel, because they have to have fuel to measure the car after on pole. After qualifying. Would you defend Lewis if he crashed? Yeah, I'd defend Lewis. It's his first year in the car. I'd be a lot more lenient. Lando and Oscar have no excuse, and Max. There's no excuse. Lando has been with the McLaren for 5 years, Piastri for 2, going on 3, and Verstappen. Those are the 3, and I would say Russell, but Mercedes are really track dependent cars, so I guess I don't really care that much about Russell. Like, I like him, but like, I'm not like a super huge fan of Russell. What? Hold on, chat. Shut the fuck up. We're watching Russell put in a masterclass of a lap right now. This is gonna be mega. Oh, what a lap by Russell! Oh my god, where are the McLarens at though? Where's Piastri at? What's his first sector? Oh, okay. It was yellow at first. I was super confused. Verstappen will have the final laugh though. Verstappen will have the last laugh. Oh, McLarens are not fast in Sector 2. Verstappen! By a 10th and a half. Oh, Piastri is so close to that wall. Oh, provisional pole, but Max Verstappen. Oh! No way! Max Verstappen! Dude, no way! No way! Max Verstappen! My goat. That was crazy. Those last 3 laps were so fucking crazy. Wow, the top 3 all by 100th or 1/10. Russell had a beautiful lap too. Russell had an insane lap. Oh my god, the margins are so fine. Oh my god, that is crazy. What a qualifying. Honestly, if any of the top 3 got pole position, I would have been happy. It's just crazy how it played out. That was simply lovely. What a fucking lap by Max. I think it's crazy how that played out too. We saw Russell do a fastest first sector. Piastri had a fastest, then beat that first sector, and then Max came in with the last lap by a 100th. Oh my god. I'm fired up. Holy shit, that qualifying was crazy. Oh my god, that was insane. What a fucking quali and a Q3 that was. That was such an insane lap. Such an insane lap. Props to the top three, man. I was honestly rooting for Russell, but how that played out was literally a movie. It was very like an anime, like an anime where they're like, it's like a tournament arc, where like, oh, you think oh, this person who's a dark horse, you don't know their powers, and then they turn out to be the fastest, but it turns out the school favorite is the fastest, but then the main character comes in to win the tournament, like Midoriya in My Hero. Max has one for all, man, I swear. Does Max just have like 7 quirks in him? Nah, Max ain't one for all. Max is all for one. There's no All Might here. Norris is gone. Leclerc is out. Hamilton isn't even here. It is the reign of the villains. It's the villain arc. Russell knows he's gonna get pulled soon? Yeah. That was close. I thought he was gonna get pulled today. Low key when I saw that purple first sector. What if I feel like it would feel worse to lose by 100th, or to like lose out by 100th or like 1,000th than like a 10th. Damn, rip Hamilton. I don't know if he regrets leaving Mercedes, but he definitely regrets going to Ferrari. But let's be real, I think he would be there in a Mercedes and a Ferrari. Because he doesn't like the Mercedes, but the Ferrari does not look as quick as the Mercedes this year. I mean, you can see the lead Mercedes and the lead Ferrari are both obviously. What's your top 3 for the race? If it turns out to be, I think there's going to be a lot more overtaking and overtake attempts in Saudi Arabia. But with that in mind, I could see Oscar winning. I could see the McLarens both winning. So I could see Oscar P1, Max P2, George P3. I think that's solid. Maybe like a Lando P4 coming through the field, and then P5 from like Leclerc. Actually, it'd probably be like P4 Antonelli, P5 Lando, P6 Leclerc, 7 Hamilton, 8 Albon, 9 Sainz, 10 Yuki? I hope Yuki gets points at the very least this weekend. Russell, Oscar, Max. You think Russell's gonna win? That'd be pretty impressive. From P3 to P1 would be a big jump. But I can see Oscar, Max, Russell is probably gonna be my top 3. I'm not confident in the Red Bull pace, but what I will say, I'm just gonna take a massive jump, saying that this track is gonna be like Japan, given that there are a lot more overtaking zones around here. But if the DEG is kind of the same, I could see Max P1, Oscar P2, and Russell P3, Antonelli P4, Leclerc 5, Yuki 6, Hamilton 7, Sainz 8, Albon 9. Well, no, I missed Antonelli. I think Antonelli P... Okay, let me do it from the top again. This is my official top 10. Max, Oscar, Russell. Max, Oscar, Russell. Antonelli, Leclerc. Albon, Hamilton, Sainz, Yuki. Hamilton? Yeah, that's my top 10. That'll be my top 10. Lando lost all of his confidence? I think so too. I think Oscar is going to be the favorite. It looks like Lando doesn't know what to do with the car. Or like he's trying to overdrive. I get it. You have literally billions of eyes all over you. But The difference is people who can cope with it and people who can't. I mean, do you guys think it's easy when you have 10 to 15 to 20 people watching my stream all telling me what I should do? Like when I'm driving, when I'm streaming? It's just on a different scale. Obviously, I opt into that, and so does Lando. But it's like being able to perform despite all that, all the voices. Motor Rush, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Russell pulls a strategy masterclass and win. What is the predicted strategy? Is it 2-stop? I hope it's a 2-stop. Merc and McLaren have better race pace than Red Bull. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, I'm not saying Max is at his top shape with like this Red Bull, but you can never count him out. I think this quali session is like a staple and a stamp on you cannot count him out. Like everyone's saying McLaren are the fastest in quali, but then Max throws a pole. People thought McLaren was supposed to be number 1 in Japan. Max is defending both of them. I think it's really hard to count Max out. And I think even if you're a Max hater, you hate him because you can't count him out. In qualifying, he's not pushing anybody off the track. He's not causing a yellow or red flag so that he can't get another lap in or anything like that. This is pure pace with you in the car. Did he do that with a watch on? Did he get that pole position with a watch on? Is he driving with a watch on? Wait, is this the this is the comedian guy? I forget this guy's name. He's so funny though. I remember him from Transformers. Even it is pussy shit. I don't think anybody thinks mental health is pussy shit because I don't know. I think there's a line between what is like healthy mental health and like I think what Lando said is fine. I'm not saying what Lando says is pussy shit. What is pussy shit is apologizing that he should, like, thinking like, oh, it's okay that he went to the wall because if he loses by 10 points, then it really wasn't okay. Because he's starting in P10 now, and Oscar's P1. If he loses the championship to Oscar by like 25 points or 24 points, will it really have been okay? How often do you actually get a championship fight? Like, you get people like Hamilton who have a lot of fights and win a lot. Like let's think how many championship fights Hamilton realistically has had, right? He had a fight in 2008. 2009 was rough for McLaren. 10, 11, 12, 13, he had all those fights. So it's 6 fights already. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Okay, I had to recount that. So 8, not 9, not 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21. So it's like 13 times. 13 times that he could fight for the championship. Not everybody gets 13 chances. Leclerc had half a chance in 2022. And even Leclerc threw that away. I was mad at Leclerc in 2022 because I'm a huge Leclerc fan. And a bigger Ferrari fan. So I was all over Leclerc's ass for example, France 2022, when he literally lost it on his own. I was pissed as fuck when he did that. I thought that was Japan. Is that just gonna change every time he gets pole this year? What do you mean? Max and George ignoring each other? Yeah, dude, they got beef. I like it. I'm a Lewis fan, but I think Verstappen has a chance. It just depends if he can make his tires no deg and keep Merc and McLaren behind. True. McLaren's a really good car this year. RB is good too, but McLaren's definitely better. Max is a beast. No, exactly. No, like, I think it's pretty... I think at this point it's delusional to think Max is not as good as everybody sees. I would say 2021. I would agree. We're like, okay, like let's see what he's really got. And then 22 happened. 23 happened. Two of the most dominant F1 years ever to exist. And then I think a lot of people compare that to Sebastian Vettel and the Red Bull. But even Sebastian Vettel, the win percentage was not as high as Verstappen's was. 2024 was a little bit better. But you don't get a career full of championship fighting. I mean, look at Nico Hülkenberg. Nico Hülkenberg, if you don't know the story of Nico Hülkenberg, he is run the most races without ever getting a podium. He has yet to get a podium. Let's look it up actually. Oops. How many races has Nico Hülkenberg driven? Let me put it on this screen so I can look up and see chat at the same time. He's driven 231 races. Okay. Let's do the calculations on this. He's done 231 races divided by, let's say, 20 races a season. That's 11, pretty much 11 seasons of F1. 11 seasons? Is that it? I think it's more than that. It's got to be like 15 seasons because there was less here and there. So I guess we'll say like 15 seasons of F1. 14, 13, I don't know. Let's just look it up, actually. How many F1 seasons has Nico Hülkenberg? His name is so awkward to type. Driven. 15 seasons, yeah, like I said, 15, 2010 to 2024. And he hasn't even got a podium. He hasn't got a podium. This is something about Max saying pole today and how is the best. Is that bar just going to change every race he gets pole? I think this year, every race that he gets pole will increase the value of Max Verstappen. It's very obvious the Red Bull is a difficult car to drive. It is not the fastest car. I would not say that like last year, or sorry, not. I would say last year he didn't even have the fastest car either. 2023 I wouldn't say that. 2022 I wouldn't say that. But this year his stock goes higher because I don't even think. I mean, we can see how hard everybody is struggling with the car. Like, if I want to do a metaphor to it, I would say like in 2020 when Mercedes had the fastest car, Bottas was consistently getting P2 in qualifying. Even pole positions out qualifying Lewis some of those years. So Lewis obviously had a more challenging teammate, and we really don't know how that dynamic was, like how fast Bottas actually was relative to the rest of the field, or if you put Russell in that year, if he was going to be just as good. I mean, we had Secure 2020, and we saw Russell almost win, and then he had the puncture, whatever, he had to pit. But I think we can see that Bottas was not struggling as hard in that Mercedes in reference to the rest of the field. Because when the Mercedes was fast, both drivers were insanely fast. Like, a very big one is the 70th anniversary of Silverstone GP or whatever. And Max is like, I'm not going to sit behind like a grandma. This is the only time I have to catch up to the Mercedes. That was like 2020 at Silverstone. It's like the 70th anniversary of GP or something like that. And the point I'm trying to prove is that the Mercedes car, both teammates, both people driving the car had a decent time and was clearing the field. And like Lewis had a shit ton of poles. Bottas got a few poles. I think they got the most, like 95% of the poles that Mercedes did that season. And if you put that in comparison to Verstappen is the only one getting poles this season, and let alone finishing in the podium, anywhere near in the podium. And this season, and the past couple seasons, he's the only one scoring points for Red Bull. He's gone up against, well, I'm not going to include Yuki Tsunoda because this is his like second or third season. Sergio Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, and you can say that these drivers are not as good as Valtteri Bottas or Lewis Hamilton or whatever, but he is clearing these guys by a long margin, a fine margin, like a very, very like clear-cut margin that he's clearly better than them. Dragging this car across, and everybody is pretty much in uniform agreement that this Red Bull is at most maybe the third best car on the grid. I would say, because I think the argument is that where the Red Bull and the Ferrari differ, I think the Red Bull is a little bit faster than the Ferrari now, so I would say McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, then Ferrari. And then like I would say Ferrari and Williams are about like tied for P4. But is track dependency not a thing when it comes to Max? I think track dependency, you can't say that about Max, because Max doesn't have a bad track. I feel like the car has a bad track, but Max doesn't have a bad track. And I could be wrong. I'm trying to think on the calendar. Like Australia, Bahrain. Like I can't think of one track that Max is inherently bad at. Like Lewis Hamilton is bad at Saudi Arabia. He hates Saudi Arabia. I'm trying to think, like 2024. Mexico City he's generally good at. Max pulls his top 3 qualifying finish because it's a track he's confident that. He was bad in Bahrain due to the car performance alone. Any track Max has been at and won multiple times or been confident at, he will get pole. I'm just trying to think of a track that not the Red Bull is bad at, but the car, that not the car is bad at, but Max is bad at. It's hard to think of one. Like Lewis is not good at Saudi Arabia. That's like very obvious. Like 2021, I will say that he was on the pace because of the car, but I'm not like sure if like he inherently likes or is good at this track in comparison to some of his better tracks. But can we think of one that like Max is not the best at? Let me look at the calendar. F1 calendar. Miami, Imola, Monaco, Barcelona, Canada, Austria, Silverstone, Spa, Hungaroring, Zandvoort, Monza, Baku, Singapore, Coda, Vegas, LaSalle, Yas Marina. Like, when you name all these tracks, I can't think of one that he's like inherently bad at. Max has never won at Singapore. What are his results though? Verstappen. Results, Singapore. Okay, so 2015. Okay, let's go from 20. We didn't race in Singapore 20, 21, and 2021. So in this era, in 2022 he finished 7th. In 23 he finished 5th. In 24 he finished 2nd. What happened in 22? Singapore. I forget what happened in 22. Oh, it was wet. Oh, it was the interweather one? He started 8th to 7th? Wait, this is 2022? What is this one? 2022. I don't know. Maybe Singapore is one that he's not great at. I mean, he got a podium last year. I would say bad is like out of the podium at the very least for a front runner. Singapore 2022 qualifying. I have to go in a bit. But, yeah, I have to go. I will be streaming, qualifying tomorrow. Or, sorry, the race tomorrow. And, yeah, it's my girlfriend's birthday today, so we're gonna go out today. So, we're about to go out. But, anyways, boys, that's it for me. Yeah. I'll read up real quick. Okay, the thing is, Russell and Lewis were not good in 2023 Brazil, and they got wins in pole. I think we chomped it down to track dependency. So what's the difference? I mean, I would say he's better than Lewis whenever he beats those records. I said it before. But however, before you come back, yes, he's driving that shitbox well and is performing well, undoubtedly. Well, I think we were all in awe. Wait, 2023? Wait, 2023 Brazil? Every single time that the Mercedes won, everyone was going crazy. But those were one-offs. No? I thought everybody gave them their flowers. Like when Russell won in 22, everyone said that was pretty insane. Drive by Russell. Hi, birthday dear. Bob. I think she fell asleep. Track dependent for the car. I think she may have fallen back asleep. But what are they saying? Oh, track dependent for the car for Brazil. Were we saying track dependent for Mercedes or for Red Bull? What happened in 23 Brazil is what you're saying? 2023 Brazil. Is that the one where he came from the back? Pause. Oh, Leclerc was out. No, he started in pole. Wait, what happened? Are we thinking? We're not thinking of 23. We're thinking of 22, right? Because Verstappen won in 23. It was Verstappen, Norris, Alonso in 23. Yeah, 22 is the one that Russell won. Oh, that was the one where... Wait. I don't remember what happened in this race. Oh, I remember now. Max was supposed to win, but he got damaged going into the Mercedes. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I remember it going in. It was like after the safety car restart, and he tried to dive Hamilton, and he got side pod damage. That's why he didn't finish. That's why. Sprint? Talking about the sprint? What happened this one? Oh yeah, the Haas got pole. Was this the battery one? I'm just skipping through this. I'm not hearing anything that's happening. Oh, I remember the exact feeling. I remember. It was a strategy difference. Red Bull fucked up. I remember. Yeah, Verstappen was the only one on mediums in the sprint race because they didn't have enough softs for after practice in the sprint qualifying in order to get, because they used mediums because they thought Max would have the pace on the medium tire, and I think they used the sprint as an experiment to see how fast the mediums were in comparison to the softs around Interlagos. That's why. That wasn't attractive or anything, that was just a strategy difference. Yeah, because Max literally was on mediums while everyone else was on softs, still fighting for that in the sprint. Russell passed him on the straight? I mean, it was a DRS overtake. I'm confused. Wait, he didn't even get him on the straight though. No? Am I wrong here? Am I looking at the wrong one? I mean, this is just a DRS overtake. What are you saying, Henry? That was just a DRS overtake. I don't understand the point you're making. Verstappen had damage and... No, that was the main GP. Oh, he did have damage though. Front wing. There's gonna be a bunch of safety cars tomorrow. We're not strong the rest of the season up until Brazil. That's true, but what does that mean? He loves high-speed tracks. I hope Antonelli does well. I think he might get top 4. He'll probably get top 5 tomorrow. He didn't really do anything special in qualifying. On the post, Lando is crying. That's just the way things go. Isn't that like they do better at certain tracks? I don't know, maybe. I think Merc found out that they do better at cold temperatures, right? Isn't that like what they found out? That they do better as cold temperature tracks? Cooler temperature? I don't know. I'm not saying Lando deserves hate, but he deserves to be criticized at the very least. At the very most, sorry. I think, like, criticism is natural. And especially if you're a fan and you want him to win. Like, obviously people take it to a little extreme sometimes. But he's got an army of people behind him. Like, cheering him on, too. Like, if all you look for is hate, you're going to find it. But there are a lot of people cheering him on, too. I'm cheering him on. I hope he does well. I want him to win the championship this year. Like, I would probably be happiest if Lando won the championship here. I'd be second happiest if Max won the championship this year. I'd be third happiest if Oscar won the championship this year. Lando sold my fantasy. I had to check mine. I have my main one as Lando. I have 2 times on Lando right now. I have 2 times on Albon. I have a team with Lando, a team with Max, and a team with Lewis. He's getting removed ASAP. I'm dead. Alright. Yeah, I'm taking off, chat. That was fun for me. I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow for the race. And then I'll be posting normal YouTube and videos and such. I'm trying to get like sim racing streaming up and going again, but since my schedule is so unsure, I'm trying to figure out what my schedule, like what a good schedule is for me in order to figure that as like a stream out or something. But yep, I'm taking off. thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciate you all. I'll be on tomorrow morning in 24 hours or so for the race. So catch you guys later. Peace. Bye bye.